My friends, we have Town Hall 9 able to 2-star Town Hall 11, and I'm going to show you some tricks of the trade here. Shrek, he is our awesome Town Hall 9 V11 attacker, and honestly, the best probably way you're going to go about doing it is using a queen walk on these. I would say probably 90% of the time you want to try that queen walk because you get some great value out of the queen. So we talked this one over, me and him, or him and I, him and Shrek and Ogre. I'm the Ogre, he's the Shrek, I don't know. But Baby Dragon there to help a little funnel for the queen, and the queen's going to tag the Town Hall. Now, put the queen down first. Of course, timing is everything here. You don't want to activate the Eagle Artillery, especially if you're doing a long queen walk. She can't handle it, right? A level 40 queen can't handle it, let alone a level 30. So be sure to plan out when you put your troops and all the good stuff, because yes, this is so good. So he just, yeah, pretty standard. Bring 4 rage. Typically, you don't really need anything but 4 rage because heal's not going to use anything. And if you need an extra rage spell for the queen, do so. Of course, you always try to tag as many percentage builds on the outside. So what is the best way to do it? Honestly, the biggest thing you need to look for is where to put the king and the bowlers. Typically, that's a good combination with the rage. How much percentage can you get with them? And that's where you want to enter the king and the bowlers. Count the buildings out, guys. It's as simple as that. And that's where he puts them at 3 o'clock. We found that with some bowler bounces and kind of the king pathing, they were going to get quite a few structures down at 3 o'clock, go all the way in, get the dark elixir drill, and yes, they did. They even went over and got the dark elixir drill and the pump, or the collector, whatever. So then babies at the top. Of course, put the babies away from air defenses. And if you have to, put your king and bowlers where there are maybe air defenses, and then put your baby dragons where there aren't. Pretty standard. Sometimes that is the better route. Just honestly, you're looking for as much percentage as possible. And don't worry, guys, I have some Town Hall 9 attacks as well after the Town Hall 11, some 9v9, so stick around for that. And give Shrek a round of applause. That was a beautiful attack. High percentage, too. In the 60s, man, that is killer, man. That is some serious killarness. And let's get his other attack here. And we're going to go into it again. He 4-packed on the 9v11. Now, again, it's tough, I've seen 10s fail against anti-3 hybrids on 11s, right? I've seen it happen, but you don't have to, you can get a 9 to do it, as long as you plan it out, right? We planned everything out. Look at 3 o'clock. Minions can get all that free percentage out there. You don't need babies. Put some minions down. And he puts the queen at 9. Notice, he's not putting the queen near the Town Hall. He's going to let his bowlers and his king do the job. So the queen's going to be able to get some more percentage. It's away from the single target infernos. Notice that, guys. See, if you put the queen up at 12, sure, she could get the Town Hall, but she wouldn't get as many percentage because eventually the single would lock onto the queen and she'd probably die immediately. Well, yeah, she would die immediately unless you got super lucky somehow, but I wouldn't see that happening. That's why she came in at 3. Just snagging some more percentage points. Here comes the CC. Always bring a poison, guys, and a rage. You're going to have to poison a rage through these CCs because a lot of damage going on. Now, the EA was activated. Now it's locked onto the queen. Now, he puts a golem up top. You can't see it. It's just out of range. The golem comes down. There it is. Okay, golem with some wizards and a rage to kind of help funnel for the king and bowlers, and then another rage for the king and bowlers on the Town Hall. You see that? He made sure that he had the nice funnel with the golem. It actually helped save the queen as well. She was taking some serious damage. And look at that single. See, that queen would have been right where the bowlers are. Would have been a fail. He brings in some more babies here at 3 o'clock and at 6 o'clock. Brings in some Valkyries. That's a nice little trick too. Sometimes the air defenses are covering too much and you can bring Valkyries instead. And they do just as good a job. They got 4 buildings down. So pretty powerful. 4 buildings down for some Valkyries. Good trade in my mind just to get that percentage points, guys. He ends up with 64%. Amazing attack from Shrek. Give him a round of applause, guys. That is how you do it. Now, let's just jump on to some Town Hall 9s. Shall we? Let's do it. Okay, so now I want to talk to you about bases you should not hit as a 9. See these bases? Look at this. This is a very tough base to 2-star. It's all about, the right base. Air defenses are covering the outside. At 9 o'clock, you got all those archer towers. Baby dragons wouldn't do any work. At 2 o'clock, the single was locked onto it. It would have just been extremely tough. Look at this base. Another tricky base that I don't like a Town Hall 9 doing. Air defenses on the outside perimeter. There's not as much free percentage on this one. It can be done. I think this one can be done. But you got problems. Single targets can connect to the outside. Babies will be limited. And it can be difficult, right? You want to pick the easiest one. Those two kind of tough. Now compare that to this one. Look at what Shrek did. We already looked at the one. He already 2-starred it. Here's another one. Just the same sort of thing. Just not a lot of free percentage points. Very difficult to use those babies. And air defenses on the outside there. 3 o'clock. Yeah, it's just tough. It's just tough. So make sure you pick the right base, and it will go well for you. Another tough base there as well. But anyways, moving on to some Town Hall 9 stuff. Yeah, I know the edits were a little bit off, but you know, whatever. Well, not off, but just, yeah. Anyways, Daniel coming in hot. Daniel's on fire, guys. Daniel's perfect in CWL, so let's see. Let's keep his streak alive using a little kill squad action with some wizardry. Some kill squad action with some wizardry, and notice the patience, guys. The patience here. He's not already spamming in his bowlers. He's not already spamming in his king and queen. He's making sure the funnel is there. Look at that test wall breaker. Making sure there's no little bomb at the 9 o'clock. Then he brings in the big bomb, or the rest of his wall breakers. Nicely executed. Now look at the funnel, guys. That is amazing. Here comes his bowlers. They have nowhere but to go at 9. Now, corner entries are tough. Now, most people would freak out already and like, oh my goodness, the golems are already dead. But see, the king's going to be tanking here, guys. King's going to be tanking. And guys, this is fresh hit. Fresh hit. He didn't know it was in the CC. The hound is really going to slow him down. Kind of surprising he actually put in the queen there. But in the end, I guess the queen will still get some value just because, yeah, she's able to take down the hound and use her ability on some of the defensive structures. So in the end, worked out well. But the kill squad, guys, amazing kill squad. Even with all he had was pretty much a king tanking. He had golemites. The golem was about to die with the golemites, and then a king tanking for the bowlers, and he was able to carve out that whole section. Here comes the Lalo portion. Queen's going to be able to snag some Inferno towers. I'm sorry, Inferno. Sweepers. And then she's going to get the air defense. Very nice execution. He carved out a little path at 6 o'clock. You notice, if you go back, I talk about pathing all the time. You just kind of have to get in the flow of it, guys. I have nothing but to say is you're going to have to practice up. You would never, you know, there's only 2 entry points. You come in at 6 and you come in at 12 o'clock, either one. You can't, you know, you would never come in at 3. But the 6 o'clock entry was good. He wanted to get that expo down, which is very smart. Wanted to make sure that expo dropped pretty fastly. Fastly, that's not a word. But fastly. Come on, Halo. Get your English grammar up. And that's a domination. He doesn't have tons of cleanup left. He could have maybe kept a little more minions, but I think not a lot of cleanup left because he had quite a big kill squad. Used quite a few of those wizards. I think he lost a couple, if I remember right, early on that he wasn't intending to, but it doesn't matter. Still able to get the 3-star because Daniel is Daniel and I am Halo. And now we're on to Arabian Beast. And let's not go to Arabian Beast. I'm gonna stay away from the Queen, the Bowler Witch attacks. Yeah, I don't like those. But I will show you this Lex amazing attack. 17 wizards! What is happening here in the land of wizardry? Queen walk into a crazy army composition. I mean, I don't even know what to call this. I should call this the Falcon's the new Queen Walk Valk. What would y'all want to call this for the wizard with the Queen Walk into colon wizards? 17 wizards. So yeah, this works on base-specific bases. That was the worst sentence ever, but we're going to move with it. The reason why it does, because a lot of perimeter outside structures, so the wizards can tag a number of these. And then with the kill squad going in here, he was just like, you know what, I'm going to bring wizards, you know. Don't even need the cleanup. Everything's kind of on the outside perimeter. Look at that. Queen can snag a lot. Wizards can snag a lot. Look what's happening at 2 o'clock. The golem's tanking. For the archer tower, they're able to get a lot of the defenses on the outside. The golem will continue to tank. He's got a core push right up the gut. And yeah, that's magic. Look at those wizards still going to town. Still going to town. He just spotted it. Lex just spotted this attack very nicely. And it was a little tricky. It could have caused a little trickery for like a Lalo. Just kind of how things were placed. It was a little awkward of a base. So he just decided, you know what? I don't even need to do Lalo. I don't even need to do a hog. I need to do this, you know, the flying wizard attack. Yeah, Queen Walk into Flying Wizards. I don't know. We'll have to come up with a cool name. Anyways, guys, thanks again for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Get out there in Town Hall 9, 3-star it up, and 2-star it up if you're doing hit-ups, and come back for more. Halo out.